Hello sunshine and welcome to A Little Bit of Soul. My name is Marisol and I garden in Zone 6A here in Michigan. I'm outside here in this beautiful Michigan day sifting my soil because we're getting ready to start our seeds. So let's get started. The first thing that I want to talk about is the kind of containers that I use to start my seeds. So this is the first one right here, and I got this one at Greenhouse Mega Store, and it's one of those self-watering ones. And basically this is where you will put the soil and your seeds, and then it comes with this and with a capillary mat that goes right here and here, and this is where you will put the water. This is where you will put the water, this, and then the capillary mat. And then this will go on top, and then what happens is the capillary mat will wick the water, and that's how this will get water. And so it comes with this, it comes with this little thing, it comes with this little bin, and it also comes with the humidity dome. And like I said, I got this one at Greenhouse Mega Store. The next one that I use is these, and these have 40 cells. 40 cells on these, and it's basically the same. It's not a self-watering one, but I do bottom water. And what you do is you fill this container with water, put this in there, and then that's how I water these. I'm gonna be upgrading to more sturdier ones just because I've had these now for like 3 years, and they're looking a little haggard right now. And the same thing, it came with the bin and the humidity dome, and it also came with like little things where you can control the humidity. The other thing that I also use is these. I reuse these as well. These are ones that you get at the garden centers whenever you buy any kind of plants. I reuse these. And then another one that I also use, because it has holes in it, it's kind of like their own little greenhouse effect with these, is strawberry containers as well. And I fill the seeds up with, I fill the container up with soil, and I plant my seeds there, and then I cover it with this. And then when they germinate, all I do is I cut them. And then if I want, I can reuse them again or throw them out. I'm always buying strawberries, so these are always readily available to me. I've also used solo cups, and those worked well for me. But since I start seeds every year, I decided that I needed to upgrade. And like I said, I'm also going to be getting better ones for next year's seed starting, just because these are already getting to be a little flimsy the more I use them and the more I wash them. Because when I do reuse these, I do wash them with a little bit of Dawn dish soap and some bleach, and I wash them with that. Same thing. All of this, I always clean them before I use them, just because you never know what could happen. So it's always a good idea to start with clean things. And another thing that I also use are these little 2-ounce cups to germinate seeds that need light to germinate. Okay, other things that I use are these kinds of labels, and they usually come like this. And what I did was I chopped it off right here so that they're able to fit in the containers, just because these are a little bit too long when I go to use the humidity dome. And then another thing that I use is this marker. It's called a garden marker, and it's made for outdoor use. It's better than a Sharpie, just because when you leave the labels outside, the sun won't discolor them. And another thing that I really like about this marker is they last for a very long time. I've had this marker for 2 years now. Oh, obviously, you're gonna need your seeds, and I'll be talking a little bit more about that as we get to sowing the seeds. And I also got this just because this is kind of cool. I like this one better than like just pouring it. Because sometimes when you have little seeds, it's better to mist them so that they don't get dislodged from where you sowed the seeds on the soil. All right, I'm going to prepare my little 2-ounce cups now. And then just take a little piece of paper. I like to cut them. The way I determine what type of container I'm going to use is based on the type of seed. And so these two seeds right here, they're both impatiens. They're both impatiens, and they're small seeds, kind of like with my Lysiantha seeds, and they also need light to germinate. And not only that, but these are kind of older seeds, so I don't want to give them my prime retail space in my little greenhouse if they don't germinate for me. So this is a good way to do like a germination test. So I use those, and then these are the other ones also, and these are also a little bit older seeds as well. Last year I did the winter sowing method, and I used a few of these seeds, and only one of them germinated for me. So I'm gonna see if these are viable. So the first one I'm gonna try is called straw flower purple red, and then this one is called straw flower silver rose. This one is called copper red, and then this one is called apricot. And so basically I go like this, put the paper towel, put a little bit of water. I'll do that first before I put the seeds in. Pretty much prepared. Then, and I also did label these as well. And I'm hoping I'm gonna put in maybe like 5 or 6. And if I get 3 of them to germinate, I'll be a happy girl. Okay, so this one is purple red. Oh, wow, these are, yeah, purple red. Okay, so this year I'm gonna be growing a lot of impatiens, just because my yard is part sun during the morning, so it gets about good portion of sun during the morning, but then the rest of the day it's in the shade. And so I know that impatiens do really good in the shade. And let me tell you something. Last year, oh my gosh, I was so devastated. Last year I planted them when it was supposedly safe to plant stuff outside. You know, after months and months and months of taking care of all these plants, and then when you go to plant them outside and it's supposedly safe, well, I planted them, and then we wind up having a late frost, which normally I garden in a zone 6A, and usually our last frost date is May 1st, around May 1st, give or take a week. But I always, just as a rule of thumb for myself, just because I know how crazy Michigan weather can be, I always planted after Memorial Day. So last year, that's what I did. I planted everything after Memorial Day, and then we got a late cold front, which was, we got a late frost, and it wiped out half of my seedlings that I grew inside. And one of them was the New Guinea impatient. I was so looking forward to these because they're like a pink salmon color. I was looking forward to them growing, and they did so well for me. I planted them out and they were beautiful, and then we got that cold snap and wiped them out, all of them. I lost half of my seedlings. I was so sad. I even cried because of what happened. It was sad. You know, it's months and months of time and dedication, and not only that, but you know, you look forward to something that you've, you know, the anticipation, and then to have that happen, it's absolutely devastating. So I lost all of them and I didn't get to do anything. So this year I decided to start more than normal, just in case it happens again. I'll have more so that I can plant out. So the first one that I just planted is called New Guinea Impatient, and this one is called Florific Orange Sweet. And there's the picture right there. And then the next one that I am going to sow is called Impatient Valeriana Baby Orange, and this is another one that's like a coral orange. And I love Impatiens. Like, they are so pretty. Not only that, but they do good in the shade, and it provides color for you for an area that normally, because it's shady, you don't get any kind of color. So that's why I like Impatient. So I sold these here because, like I said before, ooh, that's a lot. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that like that. I don't need that many. You know, so these need light to germinate, and since I don't know if these seeds are viable, which I think they are, because seeds, what happens to seeds is every year they lose a little bit more of their germination rate. So you just plant a little bit more and you should be covered. All right, so these are done. Talking about, you know, what happened to me last year with my little seedlings, I want to know, has anything like that ever happened to any of you guys? Comment down below and let me know. I'm really interested in what happened and how you guys dealt with it and what you guys did to recover from it. All right, next thing I'm gonna do is prepare my soil. So I've already pre-sifted this soil like I did in my other video where I sowed my Lisianthus. And now what I'm gonna do is pre-moisten this. I might need more water than this, to be honest. So I'm gonna pre-moisten this. And then, you know, the type of soil that I use is Pro Mix. And I really like Pro Mix just because it's an all-purpose soil that you can pretty much use indoors and outdoors. And then you can also use it for your flowers, veggies, and also for seed starting. And that's why I like Pro Mix. And not only that, but it contains like a slow release fertilizer. But the one thing that I really like about Pro Mix is that it contains mycorrhizae, which is a fungi that is good for root development. And you know, my plants did really good using this. And it's the only thing. I used to use seed starting mix in the past, but I just found that this was a better quality. And seed starting mix doesn't really come with any kind of nutrients. It's just for you to start your seeds and then that's it. Whereas Pro Mix comes, like I said, with a slow release fertilizer, and it also has the mycorrhizae in there that helps with the root development. I know that last year, which is why I'm going to be sowing my tomatoes and my peppers a little bit later than normal, was because last year they grew so much that by the time I planted them outside, they almost got stressed. You don't really want your plants to get too big before you have time to plant them out in the ground or in the garden, or plant them out wherever it is you're gonna plant your plants out. So last year they got really big, and so this year I'm gonna be starting my tomatoes and peppers a little bit later, just because the soil is so good. All right, so yeah, like I said, I'm gonna need more water. All right, so use, because you really want the soil to be like that it holds its shape, and right now it's not. I mean, it's holding its shape, but it's not the greatest. It's still a little crumbly. Now it's time to fill up my containers. And just fill it up like this. Sometimes, you know, I like to tap it down a little bit. Okay. Then fill it like that. Sorry for the squeaking of the table. It's the only table I have right now that's at the level that I need it. I'm hoping to get something soon, just because I know it can be a little bit annoying. The squeaking of the table. Sorry. Okay, and then I like to tap it down just a little bit, just so that there's no air pockets and the soil goes down all the way down. You don't want any air pockets, because that won't be good for the plant's roots. So you just tap it down just like this. I don't fill them up to the very top, but I want to make sure that there's enough soil in there. All right, I'm gonna fill up all of these, and then I'll get back to you when I'm done filling these up.